All right, so here we are finally at episode number 2. How you
We're
feeling?
back
Yeah,
for some more stripper shit, baby. You ready?
hell yeah. So how you feeling about our second show?
I love it. Although I feel like a lot of things you cut out, so I have to be careful about what I talk about. I guess was it too scandalous?
No, I think with like some of the stuff that I cut out, it didn't make sense because last time, clearly I was having audio issues, and a lot of the things with what I was talking about, it just didn't make sense. You were coming in really clear, and I
Oh,
wasn't. So when you couldn't really hear what I was talking about, it didn't make sense with what you were talking about. So whatever you want to drop in
okay,
this one is totally cool. And even in future episodes, if we start doing duplicates or start being repetitive, so what? You know what I mean? It's our show.
okay,
We do what the fuck we want.
okay,
You know what I'm saying?
okay.
That's that's like kind of the whole essence of stripper shit, right? Like we do what the fuck we want when the fuck we want to do it.
I can feel that vibe, and we're gonna jump around in our conversation because that's just how I am.
Yeah, me too. I'm fucking super ADD, so.
Yeah, it's just like, wait, where did this come from? You're talking about this, now we're over here. But I was listening back to it and it was so hilarious. There was like a couple of words where you like added a word. Did you do that?
Yeah, I did a few times.
I was like do that for me. There was like times where there was like words that I said that was wrong, and if I could just go back and like edit it and then say the right word, that would be a really good production. Yeah. Like take that out and then I redo it. I forgot which one it was.
Yeah, we'll get there. Well, one thing that I did that was very clear, and I realized it after I had done most of the editing, is when I mentioned my past manager emoji. Yeah, I said it, and then my audio cut out, and I tried to add it in,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like,
Yeah.
and I was talking about her, and it was like, yeah, my previous manager emoji, and
That's what I got. I was like, that's hilarious.
I don't think she's caught it.
I
Anybody else
would.
has, but she's absolutely one of my most favorite people, and I just wanted to make sure that I had her name on there correctly. And yeah, Moji with DVS Chicks, she's the shit. She's the best, and I just wanted to make sure that I gave her the proper shout out.
Yeah. Well, I was saying like the wrong words. You know how like can't remember. I think it was like style, and I said formation or something. So
Um, yeah, it's butterflies. We'll get there.
okay,
Yes.
I'll learn how to speak English one of these days. Now you see why I don't do public speaking.
I mean, we fucking speak with our bodies,
No.
so it's more or less, right?
Yeah, and it says a lot. That's all that matters. I mean, we don't have to have a brain when you're a stripper. That's what that's why I got into this business, to not have to have too much of a brain.
For a lot of us, yeah.
Yeah.
I've definitely met some people who are just kind of out there with some of the things that they believe and whatnot, and I'm not trying to fucking educate people and be like, well, actually, the reality of that is, and here's the statistical data. It's like, no, it's like you can believe whatever the fuck you want. That's and we're gonna talk about that a little bit later too, because I want to talk about some of that red pill shit that you were showing me with like Kevin Samuels
Mm-hmm.
and the Fresh and Fit guys and stuff like that. So we'll talk a little about that too.
Okay.
So I just have some thoughts on that. I've been pissing people off on YouTube on my other channel. Yeah, so I have some thoughts on that I think I'd like to clarify, because I'm definitely not one of these red pill guys when it comes to a lot of that kind of shit, because I definitely believe in free will, and that seems to be what they're very much against.
Okay.
Episode 2, Secrets of
Holly
Playboy.
Madison.
What was your initial thoughts on her? Did you get to know her personally?
Not like best friends or anything, but she was very helpful at the mansion. She took a lot of my photos with Hef, and she kind of looked out for me a little bit. There was like one time where we were all in the limo and all the girls just start cramming in together because they were taking photos, and they kind of crowded me out. So I just went and sat down rather than like fight to get into a photo. And she's like, "Oh, let her in, move over." And she got me back into the frame. Like literally all these heads were like doink doink and just like, covering me completely.
So that was that limo photo that you showed me.
Well, there was some other ones where like Holly and Hef were on, at the end of the limo, and then we're posing in front of them. And she just saw that I just left and went and sat down.
Oh, okay. So that was a different photo then.
Yes. Same time frame.
Oh, okay.
But I do feel like people were afraid of Holly. It just seemed like, there was this, she's kind of like quiet, a little bit snooty, aloof, not too overly friendly. Now that I read the book, I guess I kind of understand a little bit of, the girls are so catty, so that she kind of stayed out of it.
Well, not only that, but she admitted to being on the autistic spectrum and having Asperger's, and that's one of the things that once she said that, and she was like,
Oh.
"Oh, once I started figuring out the symptoms of what Asperger's is, she said, okay, so that's why, and that makes sense." Why I've always had a hard time connecting with people and being engaged with people. And that's really legit. I know quite a few people in the tech industry who have Asperger's, like Elon. He admittedly said on SNL, like, I have Asperger's. And you kind of see the way he is with people, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But with some of the other tech people that I know who have Asperger's or on the autism spectrum, they really struggle with trying to make those connections with people and trying to understand their body language and their facial expressions and their feelings and stuff like that. That's really eye-opening, because I don't know a lot of people who are involved in our industry on like that level who are dealing with that. And it makes me kind of think like, damn, like, have I met somebody in the past who was kind of like that? And I can think of one person in particular, and I'm not going to call her out, but because some of the things that she's confided in me really aligns with that particular diagnosis. So that was one of the things that she said, that because she's quiet normally, naturally, some of the other girls thought that she was just being stuck up.
Yeah, it does come across that way.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
There was also at this one point in time, Paris Hilton walked up on us. And there's like a video footage of that, and all the girls are lined up, and Paris just kind of pushes her way, and she's like, I want to get in, with her little voice. And she's all like right in front of Hef, kind of.
Right.
And Holly's like, and she gets really mad and like walks off. She gives her a dirty look.
Well, Paris definitely plays that media game.
But she got me on TV by doing that, because just so happened there was a show called Celebrities Uncensored. Number 7 was my episode. And they were following her around for the day, Paris. And we just happened to walk up on the club at that time when they were filming her. And then she saw us. And then she come up and got into her scene, posing with us. And that got us on another show. We were filming 60 Minutes. And then we ended up getting on Celebrities as well. And I had no idea. Just all of a sudden, they were taking pictures of us, but I didn't know what it was for. I thought it was for what we were doing, which was the 60 Minutes broadcast. But it was the Celebrities Uncensored. So I'm sitting at home one day, and it comes across the TV, and I was like, oh, it's Hefner. And then I start recognizing all the girls and the clothes, and like everything was the same. And then I see myself on TV. That was really cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So just kind of like a side note thing, when we're speaking, how long do you want me to wait for your pause to interject or add my commentary before you start speaking again? I don't want us to speak over each other.
I think it's fine when you add to it, because otherwise I feel really weird talking to myself too long.
Okay.
I know I do it to you a lot. I'm like, the picture. Move out of the way. Is it my turn?
It just makes it harder to edit, because you'll see my face and there's like no audio for it. You know what I mean?
That's why you need to switch from me to you, each person that talks. Because I feel like when you're talking, I'm just like.
You know what? You're right. And that's actually what my intentions were to do that anyways. But I totally forgot that I have the ability to do that now. Let me know